It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. As Mandela Month comes to a close, we are all reminded of the strength of unity, what that really means. Resilience, Ubuntu. I know we live it, but you gotta feel it. Values that came to life literally in the story of a group of young soccer players from Cape Town who were left stranded in Portugal after an international tournament.
My goodness, I'm sure it all. Their coach that we have on the couch this morning, Jessie Julius, remained a steady and determined presence, rallying support and guiding the team with care and calm. Now, South Africans from all walks of life stepped in to help, with public figures like Tracy Langer using their platforms to raise awareness and, of course, drive action. And this morning, we're joined by Coach Jessie Julius himself to reflect on a journey that not only has brought his team safely home, but reminds us of that true spirit of togetherness.
Oh, can we give him a round of applause, please? Welcome back, son. Welcome back. Oh, man, I'm sure it got a little hairy out there. Well, thank you. Thank you for looking after these kids. And I say that on behalf of the parents and all parents out there, because it must have been a terrifying prospect. When did you kind of know things were going south? Talk us through how this kind of descended into the scene that we were greeted to in international global media.
Yeah, good morning, and thank you for having me.
Love you.
Yeah, I think we jetted off leaving South Africa on the 6th of July. Unknowing, excited and everything. Partaking in the tournament that started on the 8th of July. The boys and the girls, because we took a girls team as well, they did fairly well.
Sure.
And then I think as the tournament drew to a close, it was a day before the tournament. We unfortunately got kicked out one day before the tournament ended. But I think also to the excitement of the kids now to also explore the country that they're in. So we're roaming the streets of Spain, everyone is excited. We know that in 2 days' time we should go home, or in a day's time we should go home. That's when we started to make contact with the management team that was left behind in South Africa. Just trying to ask them for the information of the flight details so that we can check the kids in, so we don't have a hassle when we get to the airport, you know, obtaining the boarding passes and everything. We then were told that we will get the information in an hour's time, which we were, okay, that's fine, no problem.
More time for ice cream?
Yeah, more time for ice cream. 1 hour turned into 2, 2 turned into 3, and then we still didn't think much of it, and then 3 hours turned into a day. So then we started to become alarmed. The next day, same process. We asked, can we get the details? We don't want to rush because, I mean, obviously, we're traveling with 35 kids, of which we have minors as well. Yeah. And obviously, we want to make sure that we make this process as smooth as possible. Same thing happened. 1 hour turned into 2, 2 into 3, and another day. I think then as the coaches, we got together and said, no, man, something doesn't seem right here. What we then did was we demanded a bit of more information, put a bit of pressure to the management team. If we don't obtain this information, we have to take matters into our own hands. What we then did was we approached the embassy in Spain, went there, told them what's happening. They got in contact with the management team, and then that's when we found out that there was no return flights home.
Wow.
Yeah.
For 35 plus people, because it's you guys as well.
And traveling with 2 kids is stressful enough, buddy. I can't even imagine.
Wait, how did you manage to remain level-headed when you received this information, or what was going through your mind? Yeah.
No, I think what kept myself and the other coaches grounded was the sense of responsibility of who we are responsible for, you know. I mean, like, 35 families are represented, so obviously we have to stay calm in that situation. And obviously, often in like high pressure moments, I try to remind myself not to panic, you know, because obviously if we as coaches stay calm, that can also then rub off on the kids to also stay calm, because I don't think panic, you know, helps in moments like that.
Yeah, no, completely. If anything, you need to be as calm and grounded and centered as you can be. It's very difficult, though, in those sorts of situations. And these kids, this is already them way out of their comfort zone. I would imagine for a lot of them, a first international trip, maybe the first time they've seen their own passport. It's already crazy. How did they react in that moment? And how did you kind of keep their spirits up? Because one day turned into another day, turned into another day. It just didn't quit.
I think, Graham, that kids are very smart. So they noticed, look, something is not okay. And then I think what we did do is like I said, the messages from the people was phenomenal. That helped
I'm
us
so
as
glad.
coaches. And obviously how we communicate what was happening was also important. I think one of the major things for us as the coaches was transparency.
Yes.
Honesty
Don't
and
talk down to
transparency.
them. Yes, man.
And I think like if we honest with kids because they can see right through us, it's important.
Yeah.
But I think the main thing or the take home for us was that we were honest, we were transparent, but we also reminded them that we were with them in the situation.
Yes.
And we tried to remind them obviously at all times that we will all get to the other side.
And therefore they trust you.
And you've proven that. So now they've actually, what could have been a traumatic, and I'm sure it was on a level, has now turned into one of their greatest triumphs. And a triumph that they've shared literally with like the whole country.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. What happened to get you guys home? Of course, we saw it happening here on the
Where
ground.
did you sleep?
Tracy was behind it, and a couple of other people. So what actually transpired?
So what had happened was we traveled back then from the area in which we played, which was San Sebastian in Spain. We traveled, took a bus 5 hours back to Madrid, and then we stayed in an accommodation in Madrid, Madrid Central. We're there for about 1 to 2 days. Then it also became complicated because now we were kicked out of the hotel because we didn't pay the accommodation in full, or at least let me say the management didn't settle the account in full.
Wow.
So on our way to the embassy coming back, we now found out our kids were sitting outside in a park with all their luggage. You know, so that for me was heartbreaking. And obviously I think it calls for us as coaches and whoever was responsible for these kids to go beyond the call of duty.
That's a gut
you
check.
go.
moment,
And yeah, I think what was important was also the moment we alerted the embassy to this, we had to inform the parents as well with what was happening. Parents were great. Obviously, most of them frantic, but there were those, you know, supportive ones that were keeping us sane.
Didn't add to the pressure.
Yeah.
Drama.
Yeah.
How did you get back? How did this come to be?
So South Africa made it happen. You know, the people of Cape Town made it happen. People, influential people like Tracy Lang, her husband Avukile, Sao Diaz, Tag Airlines.
I mean,
you know.
I've stood in that airport, in that spot so many times. I know the level of emotion just on a normal day. That the emotion in that moment, what did that feel like walking through those doors, Guy?
Goosebumps.
Oh,
I've got
Goosebumps.
goosebumps right now. Same.
I think the moment was very overwhelming in a good way. But like just to see the joy on families' faces with their kids returning, I think for me that is my win for the year.
well
Coach, thank you. My goodness.
Next time, win the tournament, Guy. If you're going to create this much media and drama around
might
you,
as
go and win the
well.
tournament, man. Oh, man, the lessons
Wow.
learned. But I think most importantly, and so cool that this happened on Mandela Month, where we're always preaching, go above your 67 minutes. This is something else. This is RSA. This is DNA, RSA
All at
kind
the
of stuff.
same
Man, well
time.
done, buddy. I'm sure it was traumatic for
Yeah.
you. I have no doubt that this really gave you some grey hairs. Not that I can see anybody, but I think you have earned, I think, an amazing performance from a young person in particular.
Oh, I can't wait to get into it. Mr. Conifas is standing by, and I say Mr. quite generously. He is a small little boy packed with power and dynamism like you've never seen before. We dedicate this one, in fact, to you, Coach, and your team.
We love you,
Thank
man.
you so much.